She said it between sips of wine, like it was nothing. "My ex just texted," she smirked. "I'm meeting him for closure tomorrow." The word hung in the air, heavy and deliberate. Closure. I looked at her, calm, unblinking. Then I nodded once. "That's thoughtful." She smiled, too proud of herself to notice the shift in the room. The air thickened around her laughter. It echoed, sharp and hollow. That was the moment she thought she'd won. The moment she mistook silence for weakness. By morning, her bags were professionally packed, the locks changed, and a moving truck idled quietly outside. When she came back from her closure meeting, she realized I'd already closed everything. It had been unraveling for months. The subtle way she'd flinch when I touched her. The phone that never left her hand. The sudden obsession with space. I'd seen it before, in others, in myself. That gradual emotional exit disguised as self-care. At first, I told myself it was a phase, that maybe she just needed time. But time doesn't explain late-night texts or the perfume that wasn't hers on her clothes. You can feel it when someone starts rehearsing their goodbye. Their laughter sounds lighter, but their eyes, quieter. And so I listened to everything she didn't say. The night she told me about meeting her ex, her voice carried that dangerous mix of arrogance and pity. "I think it'll help me finally move on," she said. I could tell she wanted me to react, to protest, to beg. But I didn't. I just kept eating. Cut my steak, chewed slowly. Inside, though, something shifted. Something cold and precise clicked into place. If she wanted closure, I'd give her exactly that. Permanently. That night, after she fell asleep, I opened her laptop. The password was the same, our anniversary. The irony almost made me laugh. There they were. Messages, photos, meetups disguised as coincidences. Her telling him she missed how he used to make her feel alive. Alive. What a fragile word. I scrolled through months of betrayal, watching the timeline unfold like a silent confession. Every girl's night out, every business trip that started on a Friday, all of it perfectly timed. There's a particular kind of clarity that comes when the truth finally stops hiding. It doesn't burn, it freezes. And in that freeze, I found control. I spent the rest of the night planning. No rage, no shouting, just logistics. I called a relocation service I used for corporate transitions. Efficient, discreet. By morning, every trace of her had been organized, boxed, and labeled. Her clothes, her books, her favorite vase. Even the framed photo of us, replaced with a note that simply read, "You'll find your closure inside." I changed the locks, updated the security codes, canceled her cards tied to my account. It was astonishing how easy it was, how cleanly love can be deleted when you stop romanticizing the damage. By sunrise, the house felt different, lighter, almost peaceful. At 10 a.m., she left for her closure meeting. At 10:03, the moving truck arrived. By 11:30, she was erased. I watched from the window as the last box disappeared. Her world, neatly stacked, ready to be delivered to whatever new life she thought she wanted. I didn't feel triumph, just clarity. Sharp, unshakable clarity. Closure, after all, isn't a conversation. It's an ending. And I'd just written it. She returned around noon. Same perfume, same arrogance. But her expression faltered when she saw the empty driveway. Her laughter died the moment her key didn't fit the lock. I opened the door before she could knock. Her eyes darted behind me, searching for something familiar. The framed art, the couch, the warmth. Gone. "Where are my things?" she asked, her voice cracking under its own weight. I handed her the small white envelope. Inside, a copy of her messages, photos, receipts, and the key to the storage unit where her belongings waited. Her face drained of color. "Wait, you went through my—" I cut her off with a whisper. Closure, right? You wanted closure. For a moment, she just stood there, lips trembling, words stuck in her throat. Then she tried to laugh, but it came out broken. You're insane, she whispered. I smiled. No, just finished. She didn't cry. Not yet. People like her always delay the pain. They need the illusion of control to crumble first. I watched her step backward, 1 foot at a time, eyes darting to the street like escape was still possible. When she reached the edge of the porch, I said softly, "By the way, he's married now. 2 kids. You're not the closure. You're the mistake." The truth hit her harder than anything else could have. Her mask fell, completely. For the first time in months, she looked at me, not with defiance, not with guilt, but with fear. That's when I knew it was done. After she left, the silence settled again. Not the lonely kind, the clean kind. I poured myself a drink and stood in the doorway where she'd once laughed. Everything looked sharper now, more honest. The walls didn't lie. The air didn't carry her perfume. I realized I didn't miss her. I missed the version of me that still believed she was real. So I let him, too. I raised my glass, not to revenge, not to victory, but to clarity. She had her closure, and I had mine. The kind that doesn't need a conversation, the kind that locks the door and never opens it again.